Hey guys, my name is Alana. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, Mental Health with Alana. If you're new here, please give this video a thumbs up and press the bell notification so you know every time I post a video. Just ignore any talking in the background. My family's talking, so yeah, it's probably in the background. So today I'm going to be talking about how to manage your bipolar and how to track your bipolar episodes. So for background, I have schizoaffective disorder bipolar type. And this means that I get psychosis, depressive episodes, hypomanic episodes, and mania. So I've been living with bipolar since I was 14, but I wasn't diagnosed till I was 19. And then I was later on changed the diagnosis from just bipolar to schizoaffective disorder bipolar type. So I've been living with this for a long time, and I've learned some things along the way that have been quite helpful for me. So one of the first things that I always tell people is to keep track of your moods. So this can be either with a journal, you can keep track, a bullet journal, or just a journal. You can use an app, like there's an app that I always talk about, it's called eMoods. And it's on the App Store, and it's for bipolar disorder, and you can rate like how your mood is, whether you experience psychosis, different things like that. So keeping a mood journal is really important because this tracks your moods, especially when you're in the early stages of getting a diagnosis of bipolar disorder. It's really, really helpful if you can have a set of data like that shows that you've been having distinct episodes. So if you've been having depressive episode, say it's gone for 3 weeks and it's been consistent for 3 weeks, then track that. Then if you have a manic episode and say that lasts for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, however long it lasts, track the manic episode for each day, how much sleep you're getting, are you eating, what your symptoms are you getting hallucinations or psychotic features with it, and track that. And then if you're having a hypomanic episode, track for how long that goes. Maybe it goes for 4 days, maybe it goes for 5 days, and keep doing this over time and you will start to see a pattern. Now, it may not be mania, depression, it might be depression, hypomania. Keep track. Sorry, everyone is interrupting me today. What was I saying? Yes. So keep track of it because it will eventually be like up and down, or whatever. And if you've got like a graph or a set of data that kind of shows distinct episodes, when you do go to the psychiatrist or when you do go to the doctor, and you explain your symptoms, you have kind of like proof that you've been having these episodes, and it'll make everything so much easier for your doctor because they can just look at the information that you've been tracking and they can see distinct episodes, and then you won't forget what episodes and like what how many episodes you've had. You won't forget like symptoms. That brings me to the second point, is to write down all of the symptoms that you get when you are in depression. Write down all the symptoms you get when you're hypomanic or manic. And this again really, really helps because when you go to the psychiatrist or the doctor, it can be very hard to suddenly have to remember all the things that you're struggling with and all the symptoms, because it comes with a lot of symptoms, bipolar disorder, because you've got not only depression, but you also got like the mania side, and they're very different and they come with a lot of criteria that you have to meet. So I would say start writing down my early warning signs of mania, my early warning signs of depression. Write that all down. Keep it written in like a journal, on your phone, in an app, whatever you want to use. And then you can bring that out when you go to the appointment, and you can just say, oh, like I've been, say for mania, I've not been sleeping much each night. So for me, usually when I'm manic, I get about 3 hours sleep a night, if I'm lucky. For me, how long does the episode last? mania, when I would get full-on mania, I'm medicated now, so I don't tend to get full-on mania much anymore. When I was manic, I would get episodes that would last 3 to 4 weeks. So I would track that down, then I would put other symptoms. So I'd be hypersexual, spending large amounts of money on things, really impulsive, smoking way more than normal, seeking out adrenaline type activities, driving really recklessly and dangerously. Can't even think of the rest, but anyway, basically like that. That's like some of the things that I would do. Oh, cleaning, I would clean ridiculously, like organizing things, cleaning things, starting new projects, and then leaving them and starting a different project, coming up with all these great business ideas, ideas of grandiosity, racing thoughts, so on and so on. So write down all those things, and then if you're depressed, write down like maybe you're sleeping too much. So how many hours of sleep are you getting? What other depressive symptoms are you getting? Like, are you feeling hopeless? Are you feeling suicidal? Are you feeling really low mood? Do you have no energy? Are you struggling with personal hygiene? So you know what I mean? Like, write down all of these things. Then the next thing I would say to do is that to manage the bipolar, once you've got all this information, you can then realize early on when you're going into an episode, and you can kind of predict when episodes are going to happen. And you can also look at your episodes and see if there's some sort of pattern, because for some people, not with me, but for some people, they have set periods of time in the year that they might have mania or depression. So this doesn't tend to happen for me. It's pretty all over the place. But for some people, I've heard they have like in winter, they have like depressive episodes, and then they'll have a manic episode every September, for example. This doesn't happen to me, but some people they do. So if you keep track of this, you can then look back and notice whether you've had that happen or not. And then you can prepare for those episodes the best you can, and you can do things, maybe increase your medication, get a new medication added, you know, do different things like that to kind of help you prepare. You can tell people around you, look, I think I'm going into a depressive episode. I think I'm going into mania. Can you support me like this, or can you do this to help me? Like for me with mania, like my mom takes my keys. She makes sure that I'm not spending all my money. She checks that I'm eating, like those type of things, So she checks that I'm taking my medication, because often when you're manic, you can just stop taking your medication because you think you don't need it. And you think you're like cured and fixed, and you get all these weird ideas. So that's what I would recommend. Again, sorry for all the noise in the background. Every time I want to film a video, everyone is making noise. Yeah, that's just very irritating. But anyway, I hope that you found this helpful if you do have bipolar disorder, or maybe you're at the beginning of your journey and you are just being diagnosed with it, and you're in the process of being diagnosed. Hopefully some of these tips will help you, and that they will make it a little bit easier for you. So yeah, please subscribe, give this video a thumbs up. Make sure you check out my other videos on my channel on bipolar. I have a whole playlist on bipolar and schizoaffective disorder. So yeah, if you have any questions, leave it down below. Any tips, any video suggestions, leave it down below. And yeah, check out my Instagram, which is up here on screen. Go check that out. And yeah, I'll hopefully see you in my next video.